With so many ways to build a chill ambient track, it can be pretty overwhelming to figure out where to start. But what about building tracks with simple ingredients? You know, with simple waveforms and simple sound design techniques. Despite it appearing relatively easy on the surface, this can actually be quite challenging. To develop a process that works for you is one of the most important aspects of ambient music production. Discovering your personal approach and then learning how to repeat that process over and over again can be difficult, but it doesn't have to be impossible. Starting with a simple idea can get you really far towards your eventual goal of creating the kind of music you hear in your mind. If you focus your energy on creating basic rhythms and design with simple waveforms, you're opening up the opportunity to get closer to your goal without making things too complicated. Also, experimenting with sounds is a great way to build complexity slowly without getting out of control too quickly. For example, just using simple wave shapes as FM modulator waves can be a great way to build up complex waveforms from just simple ingredients. Ambient music is all about subtle changes, and good music comes from simple ideas. In today's video, you'll see me using a method which involves putting a sequence through one or multiple delay lines to come up with a pad. This technique isn't uncommon, and I've been using it for years, but it's extremely useful if you want to build up an atmosphere for your track to live on top of. What I love about this method is it allows for the specific notes in a scale to be used without all the sustain that comes with laying down a traditional pad. A few things you can try to get started would be to use an arpeggio or a sequence and then running that through a stereo delay with two separate delay times with a high mix ratio. By doing this, you're creating an unpredictable and potentially washed out version of your sequence, but what comes out on the other side is a gorgeous wash of ambience. I say this time and time again, but don't be afraid to use reference tracks as templates or starting points from where you want to take your music. And by starting points, I don't mean copy the other tracks note for note, but use them as a guide in both style and production level. If you want to achieve a certain quality level with your music, you've got to start somewhere, so use those tracks as benchmarks for your track by putting one of them directly into your DAW and soloing that track when you need it. Learning from others and gathering direct inspiration is one of the best ways that you can set a goal for yourself to work towards. The main thing is not to give up and continue focusing on dialing in your production process until you get there. As always, before we start, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, with the bell notification on so you're always up to date with the latest in the Signs of Life universe. In this video, which is part 1 of a 4-part series, I'm going to teach you how to build a chill ambient track from scratch using basic ingredients and simple techniques. If you want to see the other videos in this series, you've got to check out my Patreon. There, you'll find the other 3 tutorials, as well as tons of other videos just like this one. Not only are you getting fresh content delivered right to your inbox, but it's the best way to support this channel as well. That being said, let's get into it. Chill ambient with simple ingredients. Enjoy. What's up, guys? Chris here from Signs of Life. Welcome back. Welcome to this ambient track walkthrough. And in today's video, we're going to build an ambient track from scratch. And I've got an idea. I want to start an ambient track with a really washed out sequence. And what I mean by washed out, I'm going to use a delay and a reverb to almost mask out the details of a sequence, but have that sequence be the rhythmic base to whatever our track is going to become. All right, I'll show you what I mean. So I've got an instance of Riffer 3 here, and Riffer 3 is just running a simple sequence. Looks like this, it's in D sharp minor. And from that, we are going to run that into an instance of Hive. Now, Hive is just running one of my basic Hive sequence, style leads, right? So it's just like a low pass 24 on a sawtooth with an LFO that's just gently moving across the cutoff, like nothing to this. It's just really simple stuff, right? That's it. And that is being fed into Timeless 3. Now, here's the secret sauce in the recipe. Timeless 3 is running a preset that is 100% diffused. It's got a really long delay time. It's got tons of feedback, and it's running at 100% wet. So like, this is the bomb ditty. Now, the taps in Timeless 3, if you don't know, the taps can be individually controlled, meaning you can tell Timeless 3 to run in ping pong, and you can control individual taps left and right. It's super crazy. You can also tell Timeless 3 where to have those taps. So this preset in particular has, as you can see, it's really long, especially because the feedback is up so high. It's a really long delay, and with some reverb added on top of just some basic Valhalla room, this is what this sounds like. So this is what I want to be the start of our track here today. Just running a simple sequence, and you get the sense that there's rhythm there through that sequence, because it's almost like the delay has, you know, like I said, masked out the details, but it's still there, right? I love that. I love this idea, and let's let this be the springboard for whatever we're going to create today. All right, so I'm going to grab the MIDI here, and by doing so, I have just got a loop. I mean, that's how easy it is with Riffer. You just kind of grab and go, right? So I can disconnect this automatically, and now we don't even need Riffer, and I can take this all the way out to, let's say, 250, and now we have a nice timeline to work with. So now we got the same sequence, and we're off and running, right? We'll call this masked sequence. Cool. It's going to the synth bus. We're in business. All right. Sounds great. Now, what do you hear underneath this? That's the question. What comes next, right? It could be something really clear, like it could be a kick drum. You know, that could be the start of it, depending on what kind of direction we want to go in. Now that we've heard that, let's add another pad on top of this and see what kind of worlds emerge after that. So let's grab something from the user library here. We'll go Patreon pack 14, and here we go. What's this sound like? Let's see what that sounds like. Let's see what that's got for us. You know, there's all kinds, I mean, you know, as soon as you put contrast together, that's the one thing. As soon as you put a contrast together, then you're really hearing what the full story is. So let's make sure that we're on the right key here. We're going E flat minor, and let's hear what this sounds like in contrast. Oh yeah. Right? So the two together, it builds up drama. You get a sense that there's something building, there's something coming here. And that's the feeling that I wanted to evoke, right? I like this. Let's go ahead and lay this in right here. Add a MIDI clip. Draw mode time. Let's find our note. There it is. There we go. And that pad's just gonna evolve. That's a nice one. There you go. So now we have some sort of contrast, right? You have this pad, which I never really went over. This pad, which is a wavetable pad. And it's got all kinds of movement on here. We're talking LFO table, right? That's modifying this wavetable position. It's got a group here. Let's drill down and find, oh, look at that, right? This is all available on my Patreon, by the way. We got modulators here. Oh yeah, this pad is sick. So, right, you get a sense that like, okay, now we built a soundscape. Now where do we go? Okay? One thing I love to do is immediately put more rhythm on top of this so clarity can emerge and we can start building a rhythmic foundation. So let's do that. I've got some MIDI clips here in the bag. Let's go ahead and say we're gonna go here, we'll go here, and let's put a MIDI clip in here. This is gonna be tailor-made for, let's go ahead and put in my user library. We're gonna find this here, Sounds drum racks, and there we go. Let's go right like this. Okay, cool. Let's see what this sounds like. What is this, right? This is something that I created in Stepic. Running into a drum kit that I synthesized. Again, from the Patreon pack, right? That sounds good to me. All right, cool. Now let's hit the gas here, all right? So let's go ahead and we'll pull up a rack. Let's go pull up this rack right here. We'll pull up my kick rack. And go back to the MIDI clip and we'll find a kick that we like. Here we go. Yeah. There we go. Yes. Nice. Okay, cool. So now we have at least something, right? Okay. Let's continue building. So we're gonna go. I like to, at this point, it's sequence time, right? Even though we've only just kind of sketched out the hi-hats, sketched out the drums. Let's do this, right? Rhythmic. Including Sequencer Pro. I like to go simple. I like to go simple, like only 4 notes. But 8 events. Let's go 8 steps. And we'll space it out. Okay? All right, cool. So now we'll go scale. We'll switch it to D sharp minor. And there we go. And let's go here. Let's go that. And we'll put a synth in here. Good old trusty Hive. And we'll put a patch. Let's go with, see, this is kind of, I mean, you want to set yourself up in the sound design phase. So when it comes down to it, like, all right, here we go. And we'll go. I was singing that. Right? Simple stuff. But this is a dotted 8th note ping pong delay on here. Or this one. But this one really. I like that. I like that because it's sort of like, it evokes like a sense that like something bigger is coming out of this. Now, one tip that I can give you about this percussion, right? Like I said, we just sketched that out, is that you can do multiple different percussion lanes. So let's duplicate this, all right? And we're gonna put another percussion track in here. Let's go this, and we'll put this clip in here instead. There we go. Put this clip in here, and then we'll duplicate that one more time, and we'll put this clip. So I have different MIDI clips, and I like to set myself up with different MIDI clips, so when it comes time to create, like, you're ready to go, right? So let's go here, and then we'll go like this one, and we'll go this one. All right. So these are 3 different MIDI clips, or MIDI tracks rather. That just took it up a notch. Now what we can do is you can select all 3, right? So I can go here and then control, control, and I double click on this. Let's double click first. And then control, control, control. Now I have all 3 up at the screen. Now, if you color code them, so we can make this one, we'll make this one blue, this one, say red, right? And then this one will be, I don't know, we'll do just green or something, right? So now we have 3 different clips, right? So now you can see that we have 3 different clips up. Now what I like to do is I like to go through and say, all right, well, too much is too much. You don't want to have all of them playing at the same time. So just go through and like deactivate some. We can go through like this, and like this, like this. That's a cool trick, right? So you can go through deactivate, deactivate, and just kind of remove some of the layers so it's not so thick, right? Because sometimes stuff like this gets really like dense, especially if you're dealing with multiple MIDI clips. And then, you know, it doesn't take that long. Just go ahead and just deactivate a bunch of stuff. And then here we go, deactivate, deactivate. And you're gonna hear that like once I deactivate all this like stacked on top of each other stuff, it really does like improve the quality of life here. So let's go ahead and do that, do that. All right, looking good, looking good. All right, nice. That's good. Let's match this. So this was the green, this was red, and this was the blue. Cool. Glitch 1, tab, glitch 2, tab, glitch 3. Nice. All right, so there you go. There's 3 different percussion tracks. That's good. Okay. Again, these are all from the Patreon packs, right? Just put it in a different order, right? I like this. I like where this is going. Now let's bring in Vital. If that's our call, or I don't think that's the play. The play has got to be something that sounds really good in a lead sense. So we can design something here. Let's design something, right? So if I was gonna, you know, if I'm on my own and I'm just doing this, right? I'm just gonna say, all right, let's go basic. I love to go basic in the sense of like, design something from scratch really quickly so you can kind of hear what that would sound like in context, right? So the way you just, what you saw me do is just create like a basic lead pad, right? Kind of hear it emerge. That sounds good to me, right? It's nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy, like, you know, have a little mod envelope in it. Add a little tag, there we go. Add a little unison, right? Add some detune. It's got all the width you need, a little vibrato. You could easily use some more filter. And some more reverb. Right there. Check this out. That's what I'm talking about. Okay? That's nice. That's nice to me because that means like, all right, you got a good tone and then you can do whatever you want with that. In the middle section, again, simple recipe here. ADSR here on the left, make it velocity sensitive. The mod envelope, ADR, no sustain. Add a little bit of this, okay, mod envelope. And then adjust the filter. Filtering is everything. So if we look at this on a span, pull this up on a span. This is after the EQ, by the way. It's not too crazy. You know what I mean? Like, you could pull that back a little bit. Okay? And now what we're looking at this. It's good. Those are just harmonics there, you know? Nice lead. Basic synthesis, right? Let the reverb do the rest of the work, okay? Cool. Now, let's call this lead. Hive lead. Oops. Oh. Boom. All right, cool. And then now we'll do like, let's do a bass. Okay, let's do a bass. I like that color. B for bass. Bass. Yes. Yes. Ooh, that's so good already. Like, that's all you need. That's literally all you need. Right? It's just something to get that, right? You feel it. Oh, man. All from that one sample. This is what I'm trying to emphasize. All from that one sample, right? It came from this sequence. And then we moved into this, added a pad on top of that, added 3 different glitch samples, kick drum just for placeholder purposes, and then simple sequence. Simple sequence, right? Okay? These are the basic ingredients. And so this is kind of the point of the video, is that you don't need to have all this crazy, like, you know, it can just be simple waveforms. But with sound techniques, you can build any world you want. It's just a matter of getting to that point where you feel confident with simple structure. And then after that, stars are the limit. I like this. I like this a lot. Oh, that lead is so good. Okay. This is nice. All right, so this is a good start to a track. I would say, all right, we're off and running on this one. Okay. Let's call this high bass. Right. Now, you really want to be intentional with the bass. Right. So if the bass is doing something, it's got to mean something. So I would put this in sync. I would set this to 3/1, and let's do some filter movement with this bass. Let it start growling. Maybe 5/1. That's nice. Let's listen real close. Add some resonance for that extra. Yep. That's nice. Yeah. Cool. Cool. So, listen. That again, that's a saw and a sign, right? Saw and a sign. I should just call this episode like straight up basic ingredients. All right? It's just straight up basic ingredients. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. All right, then let's do something a little more creative than that. Boom, and we'll go like this, and we'll turn to the 8th notes. Boom, bop, Boom. Oh, let's see how thick that sounds. Nasty. Basic ingredients, man. Right? All right, excellent. Now, what else do you hear? That's the thing. What else do you hear on top of this? Where could we go after this one, right? All right, so there's something higher than there. There's something up a level, right? Once all this clears out and new patterns start to emerge, start around, 145, we get like a straight dead kick drum or something happens to the beat where it kind of breaks out. Like, what happens after that? So I like to kind of flesh that out now. Or something comes in, fades in and out. You know what I'm saying? Make it tribal, make it mean something. I think I want to draw this in. So let's draw this in. Like we can draw it in with 16th notes, all the better. Okay? Let's put this in scale mode. Scale. All right. And then we'll put a simple place marker up. And do we already put hive in there? We did. All right. So let's go ahead and let's go ahead here. This isn't anything, right? Yeah, it's not anything, so we'll just init it. And then, all right, here we go. Take it up back to 0, and like this, like this, like this. There we go. All right, and then I like to do maybe a saw and a try, or a sign and a try. You know what I'm saying? A sign and a try. Those are always good. That's kind of what I had in mind. It's a very soft key, you know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and play this again. So we go. Right. So let's turn this up, and then we'll go turn this up. Oh, I nailed it. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. Nice. Oh my God, that's good. That's what I'm talking about. It could even add, like, I could add another. That's on a send. All right. Let's listen to it just soloed. Yeah, there needs to be more. There needs to be, actually, let's add a straight insert. Now, this is the one instance, or not one instance, we did it before, but like one of the instances where I would say, okay, use an insert effect here, because you could really get a lot more feedback out of it if you just use an insert, right? So let's go ahead and we'll find something like, I don't know, Astro Travel. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah. Yes. All right. Sold. I'm sold on that. Let's add that lead back in. Let's go up an octave. It's still not filtered enough. It has too much synth in it. Like that. Yeah, like filtering matters. It matters so much that it's gonna affect everything, how it sounds, right? We'll go pressure on the detune level, right? Add that to the mod matrix, add just a little bit of pressure. Do you see what I did there? So I added pressure. When I press down, it increases the unison detune. That's a fun one. We could also add pressure to the vibrato amount, ever so slightly. To give us a really expressive pad. Yes. That's it, right there, right there, right there, right there. Anyway, I think we've peaked, all right? I'm gonna copy this over a couple more times. But yeah, that's pretty much the initial spark, right? When I approach tracks, I always come in like, here's kind of where I want to start. But then you kind of push yourself further down the line with simple sound design techniques, almost like a painter who knows how to mix his palette, right? There's two schools of thought. Like, painters sometimes pre-mix their colors. I relate art to music a lot. But they also mix on the fly. Like, it's not quite right. Add a little bit of ochre, a little bit of burnt umber, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of sienna. And then they mix colors on the fly. And then sometimes they don't even have names for them. Just a little of this, a little of that. Yeah, that's it, right? So think about that. Part of it is pre-planning, and the other part of it is actually going in and doing the work. And if you combine those two things, like sound design phase, but at the same time, approach a track like, let's do this as simply as we possibly can, this is the kind of result you're gonna get. You're gonna get a crystal clear picture of your track, and a track that's gonna have clarity because you're not crowding it with just crazy presets or crazy waveforms or crazy, nothing has to be crazy. It can all come from sine, square, try, saw, straight up. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Making videos like this really inspire me because it's always like, let's get that initial spark out and then inspire you to take your next track even further because you've already done the work, you got the information, you got the motivation, you got the inspiration, everything is all there for you, all of it. My name is Chris from Signs of Life. If you guys want to learn more, you know where to find me. Patreon.com/Signs of Life. We do tutorials like this every single week, every month, all month long. It's a wonderful community and it's a great way to really elevate your production game. So if you want stuff like this delivered right to your inbox every single week, hit me up on Patreon. Man, this is fun. I love this. That lead. Anyway. Oh, yes. From here, what I would do is I would break it out. I would say, all right, now we're going into the deep zone, right? So we're gonna extend this kick out. Maybe have a full-on dub techno jam. This is just like the opening scene, right? And then break it out into whole different levels and really take it to the next dimension. But you can do this. Gather all of your resources, gather all of your skills, and put them into one single process. That will make product. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is awesome. Y'all, it's been my pleasure. Take good care, and as always, keep your heads in the clouds and your feet planted firmly on the ground. My name is Chris from Signs of Life. I'll see you guys in the next one.